Ever wondered how Amish families survive when temperatures drop to -20 at night? No electric heaters, no thermostats, no backup heating systems, just wood stoves that die down after midnight, leaving families in bedrooms that drop below freezing. 10 survival methods perfected over centuries keep them alive through nights that would kill most modern people within hours. Multiple heavy quilts. The primary defense against night cold is quilts, not lightweight modern comforters, but heavy, densely stitched quilts weighing 12 to 15 pounds each. Most Amish beds are covered with 3 to 4 of these quilts layered on top of each other, creating total weights of 40 to 60 pounds pressing down on sleepers. This weight compresses the layers, eliminating air gaps where body heat could escape. Wool batting provides superior insulation compared to cotton. Wool fibers contain natural crimps that trap air in tiny pockets, creating insulation that works even when damp. A wool-batted quilt provides warmth equivalent to 2 cotton-batted quilts while weighing less. The layering follows specific logic. The bottom quilt touching the sleeper is lighter weight to allow air circulation. Middle layers provide bulk insulation. The thickest, heaviest quilts go here. The top layer is slightly lighter, easier to adjust during the night. Children receive priority for the warmest quilts, particularly the youngest who cannot regulate body temperature effectively. Heated bricks and stones. Before bed, families heat bricks or smooth stones in the wood stove until they're almost too hot to handle. These get wrapped in thick towels and placed at the foot of beds or alongside children. The heated mass radiates warmth for 2 to 3 hours, providing crucial heat when the wood stove is dying down and temperatures are dropping rapidly. The process requires careful timing. Bricks placed too early cool before bedtime. Placed too late, they're not hot enough. Experienced mothers know exactly when to position bricks in the stove. Children receive priority for bed warmers, especially the youngest. A toddler might sleep with 2 heated bricks, providing several hours of warmth during the night's coldest hours. The method carries risks. Bricks too hot can burn through wrapping and cause skin burns. Stones sometimes crack from extreme heating. Some families use metal containers filled with hot water, which retain heat longer but can leak and soak bedding. Bedroom placement. Amish homes are designed with thermal strategy determining who sleeps where. The warmest bedrooms, typically those directly above or adjacent to the main living area, wood stove house children. Heat rises through floor grates or thin floorboards, providing some warmth throughout the night. Parents sleep in moderately warm rooms, not the warmest, but not the coldest. They can tolerate more cold than children and need to be positioned to respond if children call out during the night. Elderly grandparents occupy the coldest sleeping spaces, reflecting Amish belief that elders should demonstrate continued faith through enduring hardship. During extreme cold snaps, families sometimes abandon normal bedroom arrangements. Everyone might sleep in the living room near the stove, or children might be moved to parents' rooms to consolidate body heat. Shared body heat. Multiple children sleeping in single beds is standard practice, partly from necessity, but also deliberately for warmth. 2 or 3 children sharing a bed generate and share body heat, keeping each other warmer than sleeping alone. A child sleeping between 2 siblings benefits from heat radiating from both sides. Married couples sleep close together from survival necessity. Shared body heat under heavy quilts creates a warm microclimate that maintains core temperature. During the coldest nights, couples might sleep fully clothed in addition to night clothes. The family bed concept emerges during extreme weather. When temperatures plunge to -20 or 30, some families bring all children into one bed or the parents' bed. The concentrated body heat of 5 or 6 people under massive quilts creates enough warmth to survive deadly nights. Banking the stove overnight. Banking the wood stove, loading it strategically before bed so it burns slowly throughout the night, is critical skill that takes years to master. Done correctly, the stove maintains hot coals until morning while providing ambient heat. Done incorrectly, the fire dies completely by midnight. The process begins an hour before bed. The stove gets loaded with large hardwood pieces that burn slowly. The pieces must be arranged to allow limited airflow. Damper adjustment is critical. Closing dampers reduces oxygen, slowing combustion. The goal is smoldering, not active burning. The risks are real. Improper banking causes creosote buildup in chimneys, creating fire hazards. Closed dampers can cause carbon monoxide accumulation. Some families have died from carbon monoxide poisoning while trying to keep fires burning overnight. Night clothes and caps. Amish nightwear in winter bears little resemblance to modern pajamas. Long underwear, full-length tops, and bottoms made from wool or thick cotton goes on first as a base layer. Over this, women wear long flannel nightgowns and men wear heavy nightshirts. Some add additional layers when temperatures are extreme, essentially sleeping in multiple outfits. Wool nightcaps are nearly universal during winter. Medical science confirms what the Amish have known for generations. The human head radiates enormous amounts of body heat. Up to 40% of body heat loss happens through the head. A simple wool cap worn during sleep retains this heat, dramatically improving the body's ability to maintain core temperature under cold conditions. Thick wool socks prevent heat loss through feet, which are particularly vulnerable to cold injury. Some families use special bed socks extra thick, knee-high socks worn only for sleeping. Children who kick off covers during sleep are especially vulnerable to foot cold injury, so parents check that socks remain on during night checks. The clothing creates challenges. Sleeping in multiple heavy layers isn't comfortable and restricts movement. Children sometimes struggle to sleep wearing so much clothing. However, the alternative, sleeping in lighter clothes under quilts alone, creates genuine hypothermia risk during the coldest nights, blocking drafts. As temperatures drop after sunset, families go through the house blocking air leaks that would allow warm air to escape and cold air to enter. Rags get stuffed around window frames where gaps have developed over time. Old towels get rolled and pressed against door bottoms where cold air seeps through. Newspapers get wadded into cracks around door frames. Heavy blankets or quilts hang over doorways leading to unused rooms, creating barriers that prevent cold air from those spaces entering living areas. Some families hang blankets over windows as additional insulation beyond the glass itself. The blankets trap a layer of still air between fabric and window, creating dead air space that insulates more effectively than glass alone. The blocking happens every evening and gets removed each morning. Permanent blocking would trap moisture and create mold problems, and daytime requires opening spaces to allow some air circulation and natural lighting. The daily ritual takes 15 to 20 minutes, but makes substantial difference in nighttime warmth retention. Children learn this task early, taking responsibility for blocking certain rooms or windows. It teaches them the importance of thoroughness. A single missed gap can bleed enough heat to make a room noticeably colder. The attention to detail required for effective draft blocking trains children in the careful observation and systematic work that characterizes successful Amish household management. Emergency night procedures. Nighttime emergencies during extreme cold require specific protocols. When someone needs the bathroom at night, they move quickly, carrying a lantern and wearing robes or coats over night clothes. The goal is minimal time in cold spaces and rapid return to bed. Some families keep chamber pots in bedrooms to avoid these trips entirely during the coldest nights. Parents check on children multiple times during the coldest nights, ensuring quilts haven't slipped off and children aren't showing signs of dangerous cold exposure. These checks happen quietly to avoid waking children, but parents touch faces and hands to confirm adequate warmth. A child with cold hands or face receives additional covering or might be moved closer to siblings for shared warmth. If the fire has died to the point where house temperatures are dropping dangerously, someone must relight it, a process that can take 30 to 45 minutes. The person doing this dresses fully, works quickly, and returns to bed once the fire is reestablished and beginning to generate heat. During this time, other family members stay under quilts to conserve body heat. Frostbite prevention requires vigilance. Exposed skin, particularly fingers, toes, ears, and noses, must be watched for whitening or numbness that signals developing frostbite. Children who complain of painful cold in extremities receive immediate attention, as pain indicates the body is still fighting cold injury. Numbness is more dangerous. It suggests tissue damage is occurring. Morning survival routine. Mourning in a house that's dropped to near freezing overnight requires careful procedure. The person who will rekindle the fire, usually the father, dresses quickly under the quilts before emerging into the cold air. Long underwear, pants, shirt, and heavy coat go on while still in bed. Only then does he venture out to the stove. Rekindling fire from banked coals requires skill. If coals remain live, adding small kindling and gradually building back to full fire takes 15 to 20 minutes. If coals have died, starting fresh fire from scratch takes longer and requires more work in the cold. The fire starter works as quickly as possible, knowing that every minute counts for family members still in freezing bedrooms. Other family members remain in bed until the main living area has warmed to tolerable temperature, typically at least 45 minutes after the fire gets restarted. Children especially stay under quilts to avoid cold exposure when their bodies are most vulnerable. The transition from sleep to activity in extreme cold can be dangerous if rushed. Getting warmth back in the house is gradual. The main living area warms first, reaching comfortable temperature within an hour of rekindling the fire. Adjacent rooms warm slowly over several hours. Distant bedrooms might not reach truly warm temperatures until midday, particularly on extremely cold days when outdoor temperatures remain well below zero. Community checking systems. Amish communities maintain informal but effective systems for ensuring no one freezes overnight. Neighbors watch for smoke from chimneys each morning, the visible sign that fires are burning and families are functioning. Absence of smoke by 7 or 8 in the morning triggers a check by neighbors who knock on doors and enter if necessary to ensure everyone is safe. During extreme cold snaps, families with elderly members living alone receive explicit check-ins. Younger family members visit morning and evening, ensuring fires are adequate, sleeping arrangements are safe, and the elderly person isn't showing signs of hypothermia or cold injury. These aren't formal programs, but understood community obligations. Emergency protocols exist for when fires go out overnight and families are in danger. A family recognizing they're in crisis sends someone to nearest neighbors for help, either to get supplies to restart fire or to bring family members to a warmer house until theirs can be heated. The community responds immediately, knowing that hesitation can mean death in extreme cold. Real cases exist of families saved through these checking systems. An elderly widow whose fire died during a -30-degree night was found hypothermic but alive when neighbors noticed absent chimney smoke and entered her home. A family with sick parents unable to maintain their fire were discovered by morning checks and brought to neighbors' homes until they recovered. These saves happen several times each winter across Amish communities.
These saves happen several times each winter across Amish communities. Amish survival through the coldest nights demonstrates that humans can endure extreme conditions using only pre-industrial methods. Heavy quilts, heated stones share body heat, and careful fire management create enough warmth to survive temperatures that would kill unprepared people within hours. The methods work. Most Amish families survive every winter without incident despite conditions that modern people would consider uninhabitable. The effectiveness, however, comes at a cost. The constant vigilance required is exhausting. The physical discomfort is real. No one pretends that sleeping in near-freezing bedrooms is pleasant. The risk is genuine. People die from these conditions regularly. The methods work for most people most of the time, but they don't work for everyone all the time. Modern heating eliminates these risks and discomforts entirely. A simple thermostat prevents overnight temperature drops. Electric blankets provide supplemental warmth, and backup systems ensure heat continues regardless of primary system failures. The question becomes whether the Amish trade-off accepting significant discomfort and genuine risk to maintain independence from electrical systems is worth it. From an Amish perspective, the trade-off is clearly worthwhile. The survival methods strengthen family bonds through shared hardship. They teach children resilience and practical skills. They maintain community interdependence through checking systems. They demonstrate faith through accepting hardship rather than eliminating it through worldly technology. The cold nights aren't just problems to solve. They're opportunities to prove values. From a modern perspective, the trade-off seems unnecessary and dangerous. Technology exists to eliminate cold-related risks and suffering. Choosing to endure preventable hardship appears foolish.